Hello everyone and welcome to today's reading. I hope that all is well. If you are new here, I am LeeApocrypha and it is a pleasure to meet you. If you're returning, welcome back, soul family. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Today I think we'll go ahead and do a pick a card reading. However, I wanted to start by going ahead and doing some cleansing of the space, setting of intentions. So we'll go ahead and start with that. You can go ahead and fast forward. Since it'll be a pick a card, I'll go ahead and put timestamps if you'd like to skip the sound, cleansing, and all of that. And we'll see whatever messages need to come through. Thank you so much to everybody who has been or who have been supporting my channel and the content, and who have been really appreciating the messages. I'm very extremely grateful to all of you. I am very happy that the messages are reaching more people, and it really means a lot to me that these readings actually mean something to somebody. That's why I do them in the first place. Of course, not all readings are going to fit your situation personally, and that's okay. As always, information, disclaimers, and decks are in the description box. If you need to or want to have a look, please do so. Breathe in. Breathe out. I have so much gratitude for all of you and for our spirit guides, for those that watch over us and share these messages. Thank you for everyone who has been liking, sharing, joining the soul family and everything. Whether you subscribe or not, thank you for being a part of this soul family. It's not about the subscription, it's about the energy. So thank you to everybody who has been watching. And I always hope that the messages bring you clarity. This candle is for all of you. I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm going to do sound cleansing with different methods. Some of them may be loud, so if you're wearing headphones or if you have the speaker loud, be aware. Okay? I'm going to use different methods, and usually I just go with the flow of what I feel when I feel it. Only positive, constructive energies are allowed. Any negative energy is cleansed and removed from the space. Visualize any negative energy being cleansed away from you. See it flowing down into the earth and transforming into positive energy, not only coming back to you, but emanating out in the earth as well. This negative energy transmuting into positive energy. Any heaviness that you're feeling on your shoulders or any tension in your body, visualize that tension and that heaviness being lifted from you. I'll go ahead and light it, and I'm going to continue with some more cleansing, some more intention setting. The way this flame is going right now, I feel like there are people around you who are trying everything to stop you from shining your light. There are people around you trying to dim your light, confine you, and keep you away from your truth and your purpose. But despite how difficult it may be sometimes, you will shine, because that is who you are. Whether you believe it or not, it's time to start believing it, and it's time to start emanating that energy out and sharing that energy with the world. Let's go ahead and cut and remove any negative ties. Any negative attachments are released. And now I will use the singing bowl. While I'm doing this, feel free to set your intention or have any questions in your mind. As always, my readings are intended not to be what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Sometimes we don't get the answers to our questions because there are other things that we need to be focusing on more. And then as I was saying that, I noticed that it was flickering. I feel like somebody needed to hear that. And even though they may not be happy to hear that, it's something that they have needed to understand. I feel like somebody has been asking a certain question to their spirit guides and feeling like their guides aren't listening to them because they have not been given an answer. And for some of you, you have not been given an answer because your guides are trying to get you to redirect your focus to something more important right now. Even if we don't want to hear it, sometimes we need to really shift our perspective into viewing things from a different lens or a bigger picture. Sometimes we're not ready to hear what we want to hear. Sometimes that is just a distraction for what we need to do or what we want. So I feel like that was a message for somebody. Now, while I use the singing bowl, please continue to visualize any negative energy being removed for you. If you still feel any heaviness, breathe, pay attention to your breath, and focus on your question. Whether it comes to you during this reading or it comes to you in your sleep, it will come when it needs to, no sooner, no later. And it is important for you to trust this. Thank you to our guides who are here with us today to share a message of what we need to hear in this moment. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for protecting us and guiding us. Thank you for showing us the way and showing us our true strength. Thank you for reminding us of who we really are. So I will, how many should I do? I heard 2. So I'm gonna do 2 piles today. We'll do the left and the right. I'm going to just pick a card for both. You can pick based on pile left, pile right, or based on the timestamps down below. This is for the left pile. And this is for the right pile. So I'm being guided that there's 2 here, okay? One is not more special than the other. There's just different messages for different people, all right? But I'm going to go in depth for both piles. So regardless of 1 or 2, pile 1, pile 2, you could see it that way. I'm gonna go in depth for both, okay? So don't worry that there's 2 in this other one. All right, let's see a quick message for anyone who needs to hear right now. The 3 of Wands. There's some planning that needs to be done. And there's a lot of transformative energy. I see a lot of desire for creation and passion. And I see people stepping more into their gifts as well. All right. So this is random, but I just wanted to share it with you guys because I thought it was really cute. This was a little gift from my niece. Isn't it adorable? It's a flower, okay? It's a flower, and I say it's a sleeping flower. I fucking love it so much. That was just so cute. That just made my day. All right, so let's go ahead and begin with pile 1, or the left pile. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and save these 2 for the second pile, and I'll save this one for the first pile. All right. Okay, so hello pile number 1, or the left pile. Let's see what card you got. The 9 of Swords in reverse. It's a beautiful energy to have the 9 of Swords in reverse. What this is telling us here is that our guides are telling us that we do not need to be in a state of fear, anxiety, or doubt. That we should be able to allow ourselves to express and to be free, not to be over encumbered by the thoughts, the worries, and the anxieties of our day-to-day life, but to trust and believe that Spirit has our back. In this image here, we can see that there are there's like a web. Let me see. There's a web. I'm not sure if you really can see it well, but this whole back part where the wall is, there's a web. And so there's also like lunar phases here in the corners. So what I'm seeing with this, and it being nighttime as well, I'm seeing different things. So I'm seeing somebody who is perhaps having nightmares. I'm seeing this as like a dream catcher, and I got chills, and the heater's on, so there's no reason why I should get chills. But I'm seeing this as like someone has been wanting their guides to help them through this, and I feel like your guides are protecting you. There may be something significant about a certain dream that you have had or will have. Maybe this dream might stress you out a little bit or be kind of, a little scary or something. But there's some deeper meaning with this dream. Know that you are protected, but you have to have the faith and believe that you are. Do what you can to protect yourself and your energy. I feel like there's going to be, this is a very specific message for somebody. You may have dreamt about someone doing something. I'm being guided to say for some of you, this person might do that. Like, this may be you seeing the possibility of something happening. And for others of you, this is to show you the truth of this kind of person. Or perhaps for others of you, this could be a projection of the energy that you feel from this person. If you are feeling this intuitively and deep within, and you feel like there's some kind of like strange energy that is trying to keep you away from someone or something, then listen. Listen to that. It could be a warning, and that is not to be afraid or anything. It's your guides showing you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. For others of you, there may be a dream that is a combination of your fears, your doubts, and your anxieties that is coming to life in your dream. And it's important for you to recognize enough is enough. You're tired of being tired. But are you doing anything about it? Are you resting? Are you eating right? Whatever that means for you, everyone's body needs different, we all need different amounts of things, and it's dependent on you. You know what you need, and if you don't, then go to a doctor and figure it out. For some of you, that may be a confirmation. There may be something about health for somebody. Pay attention to your dreams. Sometimes you are too overwhelmed and too much in your head, and too many thoughts are coming in during the day that your guides find it difficult for you to realize what they're saying when they say it. They're speaking to you throughout the day, but sometimes you have so much going on in your mind that you don't even realize it. So for some of you, the best way for your guides that they have found is through your dreams. But some of you are afraid of what it is that you're seeing in your dreams. I would recommend whatever it is, sit with it, journal if you have to, record yourself talking about it, or just sit with your guides and talk about it. But give yourself the time to rest and rejuvenate. It is important. And stop overthinking little things. There are some things that you may be stressing out so much about that is doing you more harm than good. And it may be something so little. Like maybe you're overthinking about your, as we had the Three of Wands under the deck earlier, maybe what that symbolizes for some of you is this overthinking of how you are going to express yourself, how you are going to share your creativity with the world, and what it is that you will share. Just share what you feel when you need it. Go with the flow. You don't have to stay by someone else's book. You don't have to do one thing every single day. There's nothing wrong with going with the flow of what you feel you need to do when you need to do it. But you have to allow yourself the space and the time to do so. Your guides are trying to help you transform through something. But some of you are not even paying attention because the energy around you is so heavy. But let me remind you that this card came out in reverse. So what this is saying here is, despite some of you feeling all of this pressure, all of this anxiety, all of these fears, it's understandable, especially with everything going on in the world. How can we not? Especially as people who are connected, especially as empaths, especially as people who are connecting with the divine and seeing the truth and feeling people's energy strongly. How can we not feel this? But the important thing is to do what we can when we can, to not stress out, to have more faith that things are going to be okay. And that doesn't mean that things won't be hard. We all struggle, and that's a part of life. Before a butterfly spreads its wings and flies away, it's a caterpillar. And eventually when it's ready, it cocoons, it gets into the cocoon. It cocoons itself, and then it liquefies and it transforms into a butterfly. But in order for the butterfly to fly, it has to struggle like a baby bird or any kind of reptile that is in an egg. It has to get itself out of the egg. People say it's not a good thing to help animals, or I saw a turtle too, so I don't know if a turtle is significant for somebody. It's not good to help animals or bugs out of their shell or out of their cocoon, because you can actually harm it, or you can actually make it be weakened. Like, it won't have the advantage of getting itself out. It needs to have that experience of getting itself out to strengthen itself. So I'm seeing for some of you, perhaps you're relying too much on external forces to help you through something, that you need to sit with yourself and you need to work it out. I'm seeing a crocodile, and I feel like this is for somebody very specific. I don't know the name of this god, but I'm seeing the alligator crocodile one, the Egyptian god with the alligator crocodile head. So I feel like that may be significant for somebody. I'm seeing a bunch of different animals coming out of shells, like of eggs, or shedding their skin. I'm seeing like different bugs that are coming out of, like, that are hatching. I'm seeing different things for different people. And now I'm seeing spiders. I feel some of you may be afraid of spiders. That's not my intention with that. But for some of you, you feel connected to or drawn to spiders. Whatever it is that you feel connected to, or you feel like it has a message for you, it's because it does. Don't be afraid to look into it. If you wake up from a dream and you have no fucking clue what the reason was, or something, but some little thing, whether it was a bug or a way something looked or an emotion that somebody had or whatever the case is, if there's something that really sticks out to you, there's a reason. And it's important for you to decipher what that means, but you have to give yourself the time to do so. Some of you are too afraid to figure it out. And perhaps you ask others because you just want the answer. But you have to find that answer for yourself. Maybe you can get some advice from somebody else. But deep down, you strengthen your own abilities. You strengthen your own knowledge, seeking it yourself. Seek and you shall find, but you have to put in the effort. Okay, I'm being told to move on. So, let's see what else needs to come through. This one wanted to come out. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Come on. You cannot have more. There could not be more that comes out. That's saying for you to release the burden. Ten of Wands is this very over-encumbered feeling. It's this overwhelming feeling, this heaviness, this I heard depression. Okay. If you are somebody, I know you might not want to hear it, but if you're somebody who needs to seek help to work through something, then do so. But let me tell you something. You are strong enough to work through whatever it is that you're going through, but you have to devote yourself to overcoming it. When there's a will, there's a way. And whether you go to a professional or you don't, the secret is you have to want it deep within yourself. That is the only way, whether you go to a professional or not, that it will work. There are people that go to professionals because they have to, but they have no desire to change. So no matter who they talk to or how much money they spend, nothing happens. They're the same person because they don't have a desire to change. And there are people who don't go to therapy, or some that do. Whatever it is that you need, do it. But you have to feel it deep within yourself. You have to have that strong desire within yourself to overcome whatever it is that you are being faced with. This is giving me like elemental energy and this kind of balanced energy. Know that your guides are with you, okay? Know that your guides are with you. We see this man here. I'm feeling a shamanistic energy. I'm seeing this as a drum and these as mallets. And I'm seeing this bear as this person's like spirit animal or animal totem. And also this person has like a light emanating off of their third eye and a halo of light. You are someone so divine We are all divinely connected, but you were brought onto this earth to help uplift people, to help during this great shift, to bring perspective to people. But how can you help others bring perspective when it's so hard for you to change your own perspective on things? And it's understandable, and it happens to everyone at some point or another, and some experience it for longer periods than others. If you need help, seek professional help. I am not a mental health professional. I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose or anything like that. What I can do is provide readings or healing through different methods. And there are other people that can do the same thing. Whatever you feel drawn to, whatever it is that you need, your soul's calling out to you to do it, to help you through something. Okay? Your guides are with you and they protect you. But how badly do you want this change? How badly do you really want to work through whatever it is that you need to work through? Because some people don't actually want to, and they end up stuck, and they end up in their head, and they end up feeling overwhelmed. And we all do. It happens to all of us. And at different times in our life, it's going to feel more severe than other times, depending on what is going on around us, what's going on personally and with the people that we love, and what's going on in the world, and with the energies that you feel emanating off of people. You have a mission to help shift people. But there's something keeping you stuck, and that something has to do with your thoughts, with your emotions. Express how you feel, but don't confine yourself. Allow yourself to express it. Allow yourself to let the burdens go. I'm seeing someone in particular burning something, and I'm actually feeling led to like burn somewhere Palo Santo. I'm seeing someone getting a bunch of things that have so much heaviness to them and burning them. Whether it was an old, I don't know, an old diary, an old t-shirt, something that brings you pain when you look at a necklace, I don't know, whatever it is. If you don't want to cleanse it and give it away to somebody or donate it or something, if you need to visualize and see physically it transforming into dust pretty much, then you do what you gotta do. Okay? For some of you, it's something that you can visualize it transforming and cleanse it. Okay? It may be something heavy for you, but you can cleanse it and it can be a gift for someone else. But be sure to cleanse it, because if it's heavy for you and you give it to somebody, they like objects can hold energy. Residual energy exists. Life seems to be speeding up and going faster, but a lot of people are still stuck in the same cycles. It's time to move. It's time to shift. It's time to change perspective. It's time to change location, or whatever the case is, whether this is a workplace or something physical, a person, a place, a thing. Let go of objects that no longer represent who you are. Let go of the past. Let go of the burdens. Welcome the new energy that is trying to be brought into your life. But you have to allow it. Okay? Life is always going to have its ebbs and flows. There are always going to be times that we feel on the right path. There's always going to be times that we feel content, or we feel like we're doing the right thing, or whatever the case is. And there's always going to be times where we feel like we are not doing enough, like we need a change. Something needs to happen. Go with what you feel. Follow your intuition. Strengthen your abilities, because you have them and they are strong. But for some of you, they're dormant, because perhaps you're raised not to tap into it. Perhaps you're fearful of it. Someone very near and dear to me is somebody who has a history of, she told me when she was young that she would see things like shadows and like different things happen to her. And there was an experience that she had that was so traumatic that she just completely disowned her abilities. She didn't want anything to do with it. Now she's just afraid of anything like that. And on top of that, her being raised in a certain religion that was making her feel like it was not okay to tap into as well. And I explained it to her. I was like, think about it this way. God gave you a gift and you refuse it. God gave you this gift and you're refusing it. And it's okay to be fearful. But if it's something that can help you and others, why not learn how to hone this gift and use it for good? And she does things, and she already does help people in different ways professionally. But if she were able to hone this gift, she can amplify how much she can really help people. But there's this fear that's blocking her. And I feel like for some of you, you may be in the same kind of energy. It's up to you in the end. Yes, it is your free will. If you don't want to, then you won't. But why not? Usually what we fear is because we don't know enough about it. Or perhaps this fear, it may not come from like a lack of knowing, but a lack of practice. If you really want to practice something, then do it. If you really want to learn something, then do it. What you're feeling guided to is for a reason. You don't feel led to your path because of something evil. You feel led to your path because of some good that you can do. Some of you may not understand the extent of that right now. Some of you may be afraid to tap into yourself. You figure it out. It's your path. It's only for you to delve into or not. You follow your moral compass and you don't let anyone sway you. You have your morals, stick to it. Learn what you can so that you can embody and grow your abilities. Stop being so fearful. You were not meant to be fearful of these gifts. You were meant to hone them, to grow, to expand, and to help others. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and ring this. All right. Let's see what's under the deck. Oh, wow. And I was gonna mention earlier, the only card that we're missing that would be the ultimate 3 cards of heaviness would be the Ten of Swords. And I didn't say it earlier, but here it is. Here's the Ten of Swords. If you know tarot, then you already know what this is saying. Ten of Swords is this feeling of the ultimate defeat, to say the very least. But what I feel here is that there's this need to transition, transform, transmutation is the word. Transmute that shit. It's up to you. No matter who you talk to, no matter how much you pay, no matter if they are whatever. Okay? If you need professional help, seek it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with seeking help. Okay? It is strong to seek help. But if you know you can help yourself, then take the steps to actually help yourself. Okay? Honestly, there was a time in my life where it was the heaviest time in my life. I fell into a deep depression. And this person that I'm actually talking about, everyone who I would talk to knew that I needed help, professional help, that I should seek counseling. I was depressed and I had no self-esteem, and you know, there's a lot more that goes into it than that. But this person who I mentioned earlier, who was afraid, or who is afraid of tapping into their gifts because of their past experience that has traumatized them, this same person is a counselor. And of course, you know, they can't speak to somebody as a counselor unless it is, you know, them counseling them professionally. But even this person said that I needed help. And I told them, I was like, I know I need help. And everybody who I have opened up to about what's going on in my life says that I need help. But you know what? I feel deep within myself that I need to help myself. And she was like, I mean, you can, but it's gonna be a lot harder and it's gonna take a lot longer. It's not that it's impossible, but professionals, they already have tools that can help you through these things. And you can open up to these people and talk to them, and they'll help you work through it. That's what they're trained to do. And I said, I know that's their profession. I know that's what it is. But I feel like I have to do this on my own. And of course, I know it's not totally on my own. I have my friends, I have my family, I have my guides, you know what I mean? I'm not truly alone in that, but I feel like I need to work through it. And she said, well, if that's really how you feel, you do what you have to do. Don't be afraid, like there's nothing wrong with counseling or anything. And I was like, I know there's not. I have a childhood best friend who goes to counseling often, and it has helped her. I have seen an immense shift in who she is now versus who she was back then, before she sought counseling, before she took it seriously and actually really delved into it. It's gonna be different for different people, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. What you feel guided to is there for you to work through it. In the end, no matter how you work through it, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, then that's what matters. For me, I felt like I had to do it myself. Even though deep down I knew I had my guides, my family, friends, like certain people, that I wasn't truly alone. But I felt like I had to. And for other people, they go to counselors and they come out on the other side, shining bright, releasing the negative energy, transmuting it into something creative, something expressive, something important to them that they help share with the world. This beauty that emanates out of them because they have learned to transmute it. It doesn't matter how you learn to transmute it. What matters is that you transmute it. Okay? You do what you feel you really need to do. You follow your intuition and you do it. And it's going to be different for all of you. There's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. It is a strength. Whether you work through it on your own or you work through it seeking counseling, however you work through it, working through it is the strongest thing that you can do. It's hard, but it is the most rewarding thing. And I guarantee you, when you look back, when you look in hindsight, you will see how far you have come. And you will be proud of yourself. Even if you're somebody who's humble, who doesn't like to admit, you know what? You deserve to admit how far you have come. You deserve to see how far you have come and give yourself credit that you brought yourself out of it, that you worked through it. Even though some days are heavy and hard, that happens. And for some people, it feels even heavier and it's even harder. Whatever it is that you need, do it. I support you. I believe in you. And you need to support and believe in yourself too. No matter who supports or believes in you, whether they're family or not, or friends, or if they don't. This is your life, and you deserve to come out on the other side. But you have to want that with every ounce of your being. And some days it's hard. That's normal. You know what? If you need a day to like have some self-pity and like really just let cry it out, punch the pillow, go to a smash place, those places that you go specifically to break stuff, go to one of those. Let it out. Let it out how you need to let it out, but do what you have to do. Okay? All right. Let's see. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards. We have Neptune. Oh my God. Oh, I love this so much. It says Neptune, dreams, imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, empathy, fantasies, escapism, the ether, enchantment, confusion, veils, and magic. We talked about dreams. You're a magical person. You feel universal love. You feel people's energy so strongly. You are very imaginative and self-sacrificing. Don't forgive to give to yourself, or don't forget, to give to yourself what you need so that you have enough to give to others. You have to take care of yourself too. Some of you have been thinking about meditation, like creating a routine. This is a confirmation for that. Some of you have been perhaps using different forms of escapism too much, and this is saying to be aware of that. But don't be afraid to tap in. You'll feel the call because you were meant to answer the call. You wouldn't feel the call if that was not part of your purpose, if that was not part of who you really are. Protect yourself, do your research, go for it. You are guided, you are protected, you are loved. And there is so much good that you can do for yourself and other people. So do it. Okay. Let's go with one of these. I'm gonna go ahead and move this right here. We have first chakra, base chakra, building a strong foundation. I create stability and security by adequately providing myself with the basic needs of a healthy life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I use my creativity to build a strong foundation, as this is an essential key to my survival and growth. The more inner and outer stability I have, the more grounded and fulfilling my life will become. I respect myself and take care of my physical body by nurturing and nourishing it. My body tells me what it needs. That's beautiful. This is also a confirmation on what we're talking about. If you need rest, rest. If you need to focus on your nutrition, focus on your nutrition. If you need to express your creativity, express it. And you need to give to yourself before you can give to others. You need to heal yourself before you can truly help others heal. Okay? And with every bit of healing that you do for yourself, you're helping universal consciousness. Okay, you are building a foundation. Start. I heard start from the bottom, now we're here. So start from the beginning. Work through it. I'm feeling shadow work. Shadow work is like self-therapy. It is something that a lot of people are too afraid to do because you have to really face a lot of perhaps potentially traumatizing things that may have occurred. But when you work through these things, whether by yourself or with a professional, you come out on top. You come out stronger than ever. And you need to remind yourself of your truth and that what has happened to you does not define you. What you do with it is what defines you. Okay? There are people who are given money and they waste it on a substance abuse. And there are people that are given money and they invest it into their business. Or there are people that waste it on things that they don't need. There are people that use it to nourish their body with food or whatever the case is. You are given something. What are you going to do with it? Okay? We have Isa in reverse. This is ice. Obstacles, standstill, caution, patience is the earthly meaning. The spiritual meaning, inner calm, surrender, introspection. Wow. Just more confirmations. With it being in reverse, now this might be one of the runes that like doesn't have reversal meaning, because there's no way to indicate whether it's reversed or not. But what I'm seeing here with the card coming out in reverse is that it has been difficult. You've been feeling stuck at a standstill. It's been hard to feel patient. There's many obstacles that you feel are in front of you, but there's, for some of you, this reluctancy to delve deeper, to introspect, to really think about who you really are, where you're really going, and not what the ego perceives as who you are, but who your soul really is. Some of you have been feeling a lack of inner calm, a lack of inner peace because of this, all this stuff going on around you, which is understandable. But there's this need to be still. It's like despite whatever is going on around you, having this inner peace, this inner calm is what's going to help you survive, is what's going to help you through it, is what's going to help you through this transformation. Okay? Okay. So I was feeling called to use this as like an oracle deck in a way, but this is like for palm reading, like learning palm reading. So let's see what comes out. Whether you have whatever comes out or not, I feel like it's just more about the message but you are more than welcome to look at your own palm and figure out what the energy is for you. And I feel like this is also, in addition, like, see this as you strengthening your own skills, the lines of the palm. So I'm just going to take this one on top. All right. So this one is not about a specific thing. Let's see what it says. Lines of the palm. Each palm is different and carries a variety of shapes and lines. These can change and disappear over time. The more lines you have, the more emotional you are. Few lines can indicate you have a practical, physical spirit. Fine lines are a sign of creativity and intellectualness, whereas deep and wide lines show someone with strong likes and dislikes. And this card is number 19. So 1 and 9 make 20. 2 is a number of balance and of decision making. So with this, you can use this as a way of learning more about yourself. You can just see this as a fun exercise or whatever the case is, if you want to, or if you don't, so be it. But like, go ahead and try to learn more about yourself, whether it's through palmistry or looking into reading your birth chart, your natal chart, or whatever the case is. But take the time to figure it out, because I guarantee you it's time to figure it out, and it will only strengthen who you are. Okay? Okay. So those are the messages that needed to come through today for you. Thank you so much to you for being here and for showing up for yourself. I hope that these messages brought some clarity and perspective into your situation. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing if you feel drawn to. If not, fuck it. Who cares? But regardless, thank you for being a part of this soul family. And I wish you all the very best. Know that you are protected and that you are loved by your guides and by people around you. Even if people don't express it, know that you are appreciated and that you are loved. Okay? So thank you so much. Pile number 1, the left pile. And I will now be moving on to pile number 2. If you'd like to consider getting a reading, then from me, consider reaching out through my Instagram or something. I need to go through my my link tree and like clear some stuff out. But yes, so let's see. All right. Okay. Okay. Hello and welcome, pile 2. If you chose the right pile or the second pile, then this is your reading. I think I mentioned, but in case you skipped the beginning, as always, information, disclaimers, and decks are in the description box. If you need to or want to have a look, please do so. So, let's see. Okay. So, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I'm feeling goddess energy. We have like a triple moon energy here. And then I felt Hecate's energy. I'm also seeing like elemental energy. So I don't know if you are someone who works with the elements or who calls upon the elements. This is not going to be for everybody, but I don't know if you are like Wiccan or pagan or regardless, everyone is welcome here. Okay. Ace of Swords in reverse. I feel like there's a truth that you have been denying for some of you. There may be something that you have come to realize, like an epiphany, that you don't want to see. This is truth. But Spirit is here to tell you that that it is true. I don't know if this is about a career or a person, a family member, or something like that. You will know if this is for you because if you have been feeling intuitively guided to this information. If you have been catching breadcrumbs of information that it is time for you to see the truth of a situation or see someone for who they really are, then this is your confirmation. Now, if you have not felt this at all, and even after hearing it, you don't feel it within your intuition, don't confuse fear of what you hear for intuition. There is a difference. So you know your situation. I'm just reading what I see and connecting to the energy. So take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? I'm also seeing for some of you, there may be this energy of you harming. Okay, this may be triggering, but I'm seeing this like a harm to the self, and I hope that's not literally, and you know that's not okay. Like, I will admit I understand how that is, but it is not something that should be done. Is not something that is okay. You should not be harming yourself, whether it's physically, mentally, verbally, emotionally. I'm seeing this like, I'm seeing like seppuku, I think it's called, like in ancient Japanese culture where someone may have felt so ashamed that they commit seppuku or something. I don't know why I'm saying this, okay? This is something very heavy for some people. I will say if you if you need help, seek help. I am not a professional mental health professional. I am not a doctor. I cannot help in those areas. I read tarot. I'm a professional in that. But you do what you need. You protect yourself and your space, okay? With that being said, let's see what else is coming through. Some of you may not realize that you're doing this. And this doesn't just have to be something physical, okay? This could be you really, like people who make self-deprecating jokes, who think it's funny to like call themselves names or to like make fun of themselves. I'm seeing someone who like makes self-deprecating jokes so that they don't feel bad if other people do it. That's not okay. It's not okay to make jokes of yourself in a way where you genuinely feel that way. Sometimes people make jokes in a way to just cover up just how serious they really feel about something. Okay? Don't be harming yourself. Some of you may be in your head, too much in your head about something. I would like to say if you felt drawn to the first pile, then please consider watching that after this. If you feel drawn to it, or if you could not decide which one was meant for you, then definitely there may be messages in there for you. Now I am seeing somebody who is cleansing themselves. Like, I don't know if you watched the first part, but for a brief moment, I grabbed my Dorji and was using it for like cleansing and like cutting cords and stuff. I'm seeing someone doing the same thing. So now I'm seeing a different scenario here. Now I'm not seeing somebody who is harming themselves in any way, again, physically, mentally, verbally, emotionally, in whatever way. I'm seeing somebody who is a practitioner of some sort, whether religious or not, or just spiritual. I'm seeing someone who is a practitioner who is protecting themselves. There may have been energy that has been flung your way or sent in your direction, and you may have been feeling very heavy. This energy may be something that is tied to other situations in your life that have been feeling blocked. I'm sensing blockages. And again, I'm seeing someone cutting cords, cutting ties to people, places, and things. I'm seeing a work situation, and I'm seeing something with a boss, but I feel like this is a very specific message. I don't know if this is a masculine or some kind of masculine, but I am seeing a lot of negative energy around you. Know that you are protected, and know that you are being guided to, for some of you, certain rituals. I'm seeing back to senders, cord cutting, as I mentioned, cleansing. I heard limpia, which is a form of cleansing. So I was seeing like Spanish limpias, like Hispanic limpias, but after saying that, now I started seeing like native American cleansings. I'm seeing different things for different people. I'm seeing detoxification, sweat lodge. I'm seeing different things. I feel like this pile is kind of like there's a lot of people of all walks of life and experiencing many different things right now. Know that your guides are with you and that your guides are protecting you. Sometimes you may doubt this because of the experiences that you have had. It is not your guide's fault what someone else has done. Okay? I'm seeing that for somebody blaming God, blaming their guides, their God, their goddess, whatever the case is, and saying it's your fault this happened to me. No. I'm seeing a certain scenario that is not the case. People have free will. If someone has done bad to you, that was on them. I have known people who are like, regardless of what you believe, okay? Everyone is welcome here, regardless if you're religious or you're not. That's not, as long as you're somebody who's a good person and you're just trying to do the best for yourself and people around you, then welcome. People of all walks of life or beliefs are welcome as long as you're not harming people, okay? Who don't deserve it. All right? But I have heard so many people like blame God for something that someone else did. People have free will. If someone did you wrong, then that is on them. Okay? Whoa, I'm feeling a very heavy energy right now, and I'm starting to feel emotional. What is this? It's not that your guides are not protecting you. I'm feeling for someone particular, what has happened to you could have been way worse if your guides did not protect you. But this person has free will and they fucked it up. Your guides did protect you, even though they didn't, what can I say? They had free will. I'm seeing somebody say like, how could you let this happen? This is very heavy energy. Okay. Let's go ahead and do something right now. For any of you who will welcome this or accept it or participate, if you are somebody who is a practitioner of whatever belief, whether you believe in God or goddess or gods or goddesses or whatever, it doesn't matter. Right here, right now, let's all connect collectively to cleanse this energy, okay? Whether you want to participate in this energy by giving a prayer, or you want to participate by getting a cleansing tool, object, sound, fire, incense, sage, whatever it is, let's go ahead and collectively release this energy. Whatever it is, that's been heavy, that's been going on. Let's cleanse it together. Go ahead and you can start your prayer, or you can get a cleansing tool. If you have a cleansing tool, like some kind of a theme or a sound thing, go ahead and cleanse yourself. If you are watching on a phone or a computer, let's go ahead and extend this energy, not just for us, but for other people watching who need this right now. Okay? You can get your theme and you can run it over yourself or your dorji or your dagger or whatever, or a certain crystal that you use for protection or whatever. Or you can even just use your hands and get whatever energy. There's this disgusting heavy energy that I'm feeling. Shake it off. Get it off of you. Wherever it is that you feel it, over your head, over your hands, over your body. Get it off. I'm getting chills. There's an energy that is stuck to somebody or many, and it does not want to leave. Well, we don't give a fuck if it doesn't want to leave. It is forced out. We cast this energy out to our guides, whoever they are, to mine, to yours. Thank you for protecting us and for guiding us. Please help us cleanse and purify and remove this energy once and for all. Any energy that needs to be sent back to sender, do no harm, but let people learn their fucking lesson. Protect us, guide us. We release this heavy energy. For anybody who has been feeling this energy, it is released. The cords are cut. The ties are removed. Any karma that must be dealt will be dealt. We remove any negative energy. Remove the negative energy. Justice will come. The energy will be cleansed. The negativity removed. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Thank you to everyone who participated, for our soul family, for this little cleansing. There's a lot that's been going on and it's been super heavy. Do what you need to do to protect yourself, your space, your loved ones. For some of you, this will mean taking legal forms of measure. And for others of you, this is more of a spiritual, energetic battle. For some of you, it will be both. Whatever it is that you need, know that you have what you need. Know that you are protected and trust. It's interesting that pop happened right when I said trust. Some of you do not trust your guides or may have moved away from your guide. Cleanse with fire. I got chills. It's okay, let it go. Let it go. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue. This energy will not stop you from what it is that you are here to do. No matter how much people, places, things, no matter what the case is, it will not stop you. Do not allow yourself to stop because of what has happened. Push through, push forward. Feel what you feel, express what needs to be expressed, protect yourself in how you need to protect yourself. Okay. There's no need to fear. It is gone, okay? Believe and do what you need to. All right? Let's continue. I feel like there's a lot of blockages, and not only is this due to external energies, but also your own energy. There may have been someone or something that tries to dim your light and bring you down and make you shoot yourself in the foot, make you fuck up, make you do something that you wouldn't normally, or say something. I'm seeing someone throwing energy to get out of balance. I'm seeing empaths, so you may be an empath and really being drained. I'm seeing a narcissistic energy. Some of you are empaths and are experiencing narcissism around you. Seek help in whatever way that you need to seek help, okay? You do deserve to shine bright. You do deserve to be happy. But you have to believe it. You have to understand. You have to take your power back from whatever the fuck it is that happened to you. And that can be one of the hardest things to do when you have been a victim of something. But do not fall prey to victim mentality. Just because you were a victim does not mean that you have to carry that victimized energy with you forever. Some people have been through the worst and who have taken that energy, taken their power back and transmuted it and transformed it into something else. Take your power back is what I'm feeling here. You are guided, you are protected. Now I'm seeing a loving fatherly energy. So I'm seeing this as somebody's spirit guide. I'm seeing feminine and masculine energy. Okay, I'm seeing balance here. This will not resonate for everybody, but I am feeling God energy. I'm feeling Baphomet energy. I'm feeling different energies for different people. I'm seeing that your matron and your patron are working towards helping you heal and helping justice come to light. Okay? Remind yourself of just how unique and magical you really are. You really are someone who is meant to shine bright. And as difficult as it may be when we experience some of the worst things that people throw at us, we still have that light within us. I'm seeing a phoenix. Whether the phoenix is in its full bird glory form or it is a pile of ash, the phoenix always is. And there's this cyclical, regenerative, revitalizing energy that I'm feeling. Allow the fire within you to burn brighter. Some of you may feel that your light has dimmed so low that it is hardly there at all, if at all. But know that this fire within you is eternal. It is forever. It is what we and spirit perceives as forever. That is eternity. Okay? Regardless of what form it takes, like the phoenix as a bird or as ash, it is eternal. This flame within you is eternal. This power, this energy. You are divinely guided and you have a big heart. And I am sorry that there have been people that have taken advantage of that, and you did not deserve that, and you don't deserve that. Stand up for yourself when you need to. Seek help when you need to. Do what it is that you need to do. But trust and have faith that everything will be okay. You take the steps necessary that you need to take. You are being guided to take those steps for a reason. This is interesting. This is a unicorn, a unicorn head, but there's like this serpenty dragon energy. But it looks like a stone. Utilize your magic to help you through it. Now, this is going back to those practitioners, or if you're religious and you use prayer, whatever it is that you use your prayer, use your magic, use whatever it is that you have within you, whatever it is that you feel called to help you transform and transmute this energy. Although we may look at the past and we may look at the future, it is important for us to be in the moment, to heal what needs to be healed, to work on what needs to be worked on, to release the cycles that we may have been stuck in. There's nothing wrong with standing your ground, speaking your truth, letting your heart shine, and embodying the creativity, the passion, the fire, the energy within you. Create, expand, evolve, grow. You are not who you were. You are not your past. And you have permission to move forward. You have permission to heal. If you have been feeling like the pile of ash, it is time for you to resurrect into the phoenix that you really are, into this divine being that you really are. Stop playing small. Stop over apologizing. Stop feeling guilty for your past. If you have done what you need to reconcile, to fix, or to mend what you can, then you have done what you can. But it's time to reconcile and to forgive yourself. Let me go ahead and see something. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and see what is under the deck. Sorry, I'm just shifting around. The 10 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Okay. I say that because, you know how I mentioned if you felt drawn to pile 1, then consider watching it? This is a card that came out in pile 1. I feel like it's time for you to release the burden. The truth is, at the end of the day, despite whatever it is you're going through or have gone through, despite whoever you are, it's time to release the burden. 10 of Wands is about releasing burdens. I'm seeing this healing, and I mentioned this in pile 1. This energy gives me this like shaman. This gives me like a drum with mallets, and like this spirit guide. But this person, they have like a third eye, like this star, this light emanating from their third eye space, and like this halo of light. And this figure here in this King of Pentacles, he also has this, the way the sun is like this this halo. You're divine. And yes, we all are, but you have a mission. You have purpose. And part of that is that despite whatever it is that you go through, to transform and transmute and to move forward, to realize and remind yourself of the power that is within you, the knowledge that is within you, and to utilize that to your best of your ability to move forward and to heal, to expand, to evolve, to transform the situations of people, places, and things around you. When you feel called to something and you feel it deep within your heart, your intuition, and you feel it in your body, there's a reason. That is your sixth sense. That is your higher self. That is your spirit guides guiding you. And it's a plethora of different things. And sometimes more one than the other. But all together, it is trying to remind you of your strength, of your truth, and of who you really are. And again, not of the ego flesh of what we think we are, but of who our soul really is, who we really are within our soul. And this tree is really sticking out to me right now. And the earth. I don't know if you watched the first part before I started the reading, but I was doing like a cleansing. And I mentioned during that cleansing, visualize any negative energy that you are feeling going like out of you and into the earth, and transmuting into a positive energy that comes back to you and that emanates out onto the rest of the earth. Transmutation. I'm seeing somebody burying an object as a form of cleansing. Now, that's not the most common method of cleansing, like spiritual tools or crystals or different things. But that is a method, and I'm seeing somebody utilizing this in particular. I'm seeing somebody utilizing this with a plant that they have and burying an object into the plant, or like the soil of the plant. I'm seeing somebody who has plants and like putting crystals or different things in the soil to help them grow. That may be a specific message, but I'm seeing this burying energy, but I'm seeing it as a cleansing, rejuvenating type of energy. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Ooh, we have first house, self. It came out in reverse, but I don't read these in reverse. But the way it came out, I will read into that a little bit. It says, physical body, outlook, self-image, life philosophy, consciousness, opinions, awakening, self-awareness, arrival, expression, gateway, entry point. It says, welcome. There's these two like gateways. We can see a path that leads to another gateway, that leads to a path that leads to a kingdom. Okay. This is saying, don't be afraid to delve deeper into yourself, to remove the layers of the ego, and to awaken and expand and evolve. Regardless of how you go about this, as long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else, there is no right or wrong answer. It will be different for everybody because everybody's different. Okay. Now, what it says about physical body outlook, self-image, life philosophy, and stuff, that's bringing back to awareness this like self-deprecating energy that it really needs to stop. It's time to put yourself first. It's time to cut out the people, the places, the things that are draining your energy, that are treating you like shit, that are lying or deceiving. It's time to put yourself first for your own sanity and because you deserve happiness. You deserve the truth. Some of you are afraid, like you're working on a spiritual path or religious or whatever the case is different for everybody. But some of you are afraid to move to the next chapter, to awaken to the next chapter. There are many awakenings. We don't just have one and then that's it and we're all like whatever. There are many. It's a progression. It's like, you know how in a game, how you level up, you start at level 1 and you level up to like 100. It takes a progression. It takes a certain amount of experience to progress. And in order to progress, you have to work on different aspects of yourself inside and out. Your health, mental health, physical health, etc., etc. Your craft, your abilities, your skills, your talents, whatever it is for you. This is who you are. Do not be afraid to seek within yourself. Whether you believe in God, or you believe in goddess, or gods, or goddesses, or you don't believe in any of that, or whatever, in the end, it's the same. The energy that I'm feeling is the same, regardless of what path you walk. It is pretty much the same, just different names, different faces. As long as you're not harming yourself or anybody else. Okay? Put yourself first. First house, self. If you want to learn more about yourself within astrology, look into your birth chart or your natal chart and look what signs or what's going on in your first house. This aspect will help you unlock certain things that you have been seeking answers to, that perhaps it has been difficult to find. Okay. Whoa. Let's take this first one. It says, third chakra, solar plexus, inner harmony. And it's interesting because I felt this, like solar plexus, sacral chakra, lower chakra energy. Inner harmony. I trust my innate wisdom and respond accordingly. I do not allow my mind to create doubt or to override my strong gut feelings. I accept and express my feelings while accepting the feelings of others. Now, it helps us to understand other people. That does not mean what we or what other people do is okay if it is something that causes harm. It is not okay, but it helps to understand why people do what they do when we understand ourselves and them more deeply. Okay. I am at peace with myself and those around me, and I do not harbor unrealistic expectations of myself or others. I realize the need to control others. Oh, I'm sorry. I release the need to control others. Okay. Finding this peace within yourself. Healing yourself and forgiving, yourself, and understanding, what has happened does not mean that it's okay or that you condone or whatever. That does not mean what happened to you is okay. It's like what they say, forgiveness. It's not for you. It's not for the other person. It's for you. Okay? Put yourself first. Forgive in a way for letting yourself free of the burden. But that does not mean you have to talk to the person. That does not mean you have to accept them into your life. That does not mean that you have to accept their bullshit. It just means that you release the chains, the binding, the tie, the soul tie that is connected to you for what this event was or what happened. In order for you to heal and release the burdens that you feel, it is not for their benefit, it is for you. My personal power is free from ego and from any desire to manipulate or exploit situations or people. The foundation of all my thoughts and actions is trust in myself. Trust in yourself. Work on the healing and don't be afraid to express yourself. So that's bringing back in the first part of this video during the cleansing, I looked under the deck and there was the 3 of Wands. And so I feel like this is kind of bringing back to the forefront this kind of energy of don't be afraid to follow what you are passionate about. Don't be afraid to allow the fire within you to burn brightly. Don't be afraid to express yourself in creative ways, in whatever that means for you. Find the inner harmony for yourself and the people that you love and emanate that out for universal consciousness and healing. So we have, forgive me, I'll probably pronounce this incorrectly. These are runes. Nadhis. Need is the translation. Earthly meaning needs, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, patience, simplification. Spiritual meaning ascend, what's that? I don't know how to say that. Asceticism? ASCETICISM. transcendence and the soul. It was in reverse. No, I am not sure if this is perhaps one of the runes that doesn't have a reversal meaning, but as the card came out in reverse, I will talk a little bit about that. So, in mentioning needs, self-restraint, disappointment, what I'm feeling from this is a reminder that despite the disappointment and despite what has occurred in your life, it's time to transcend. It's time to release the burden and to transform. Okay, definitely if you felt drawn to pile 1, watch it. If you feel drawn to self-restraint, don't allow situations to hold you back from your full potential. And put your needs first. Put yourself first. Your needs are important, okay? There's a reason why they're needs. All right, so these are like palm reading cards to help learn how to read palms for palmistry, but I felt like I should use it like an oracle deck in a way. Oh, interesting. This card came out in pile 1, so definitely watch pile 1. There's just so many confirmations. Okay, so let me just go ahead and read it. You can use this as a way to learn more about yourself and your needs and who you are. You can use this as a form of tapping into your intuition or tapping into yourself, trying different forms of divination or whatever you feel. Use it or not. So I'll go ahead and read it. It says, each palm is different and carries a variety of shapes and lines. These can change and disappear over time. The more lines you have, the more emotional you are. Few lines can indicate you have a practical physical spirit. Fine lines are a sign of creativity and intellectualness, whereas deep and wide lines show someone with strong likes and dislikes. This is number 19. 1 and 9 make, well, 1 and 9 make 10, but in this case, I'm seeing like 20, which I saw earlier. So 2 is a number of balance and making decisions. And speaking of 10 can be an end to cycles, which I did not mention that in the first pile, but what I'm seeing here is this release is ending cycles for you to transform and transmute that shit. It is very important. Okay, so thank you so very much to all of you for sharing your energy here, for being a part of this collective and being a part of this soul family. Please consider if you feel like liking, sharing, if you feel like somebody can get some help or perspective from this, and subscribing if you feel interested in doing so. But regardless if you do or not, that doesn't matter. What matters is that we are here and connecting here and now. And I really appreciate you for taking the time. I sincerely hope that these messages brought some clarity and perspective into your situation. Okay. If you are interested in a private reading, I am available. Information, disclaimers, and decks are in the description box down below, as I mentioned at the beginning of this reading. I do have a link tree. I admit I have to update, some of that information I have to update, but if you're interested, then feel free to reach out on Instagram, okay? Or feel free to comment any questions, comments, concerns, any perspectives, or anything that you feel led to, whether it is sharing about your own experience or any messages that you feel guided to share for other people. Thank you again so much for being here. I love you guys, and I sincerely appreciate you. And I hope to see you in the next reading or video, regardless if it's tarot or fashion or something else. Again, I really appreciate you. Take care and blessed be. Bye.